Welcome to Echotraders. It's almost 8 a.m. Eastern Time. My name is Dale Elliott. Let's see if we can get that disclaimer off. Show you what we're looking at today. We have targets on CL, the chart on your left-hand side. First target here with the blue arrow has been reached, and we're looking for 29 and beyond. Let's see what we're looking at on your ES. The ES chart, we're looking for the market to re-challenge resistance again. We have support come in here. Our MACD has indicated look for support. So when we want to look for support, we want to know where our resistance targets are. So we have resistance on the chart and beyond. We know that the red line angled down. The trend is down today, has been down, and we're going to re-challenge countertrend, the direction of the trend, and look for targets. We have a money off target at 1851.25. Let's see if we can get there. Similar on your YM. We have a little background noise, and excuse us. First target on YM to take part position is 15643. Let's see if we can get there. Running live time clock to the seconds on the left-hand lower part of your chart. This here is in confluence with the regular Microsoft time clock on your on the right-hand side, and the left-hand side has the seconds. Okay, it's now 20 after 8, Wednesday morning. Stopped out of our trade on CL. A little easier to hang on to the ES, and YM has been pretty choppy too. ES, not so bad. Let's enlarge their CL chart, and we'll show you what we were looking at. As we had said, the trend is down. This is a counter trend trade to the upside. Resistance is holding fairly well, and that's in the powder blue shaded area. And the market is still trading above our EMA, and I'll highlight the blue EMA, and we're aiming for 1851.25. See if we can get there. Okay, here we are on your YM. It is now 824, almost 825, and the market is up into that resistance area, and we're just going to pop over to your YM trade, show you that one. YM did make the 15643 target, and you're supposed to take some of your position off. This is looking pretty good here for the ES. We're just going to zoom in on your ES chart. That's the chart in the middle. So as we had mentioned, the trend has been down, and this is a counter trend trade. Not a bad entry from a support area, and the market is back into your resistance area. Now targets to yesterday's close are up the hill quite a distance. So we know that we'll have trouble here at the bottom side of the shaded area, and the market pushed back down to our EMA. EMA acting as moving average support. Support It's re-challenging. We're aiming for our SMA right now. We'll see if we can hang on to upper targets. Right here at the upper part of the shaded area is also a confluency area of resistance, and that's where our EMA red line trend direction to the downside is. Resistance targets are to the upside, support targets would be to the short side. Okay, we'll take a look at that CL, although we're stopped out of that. It is pretty close to getting to target. Again, that one is also counter trend this morning. And that's a money off. So if you're still in the CL trade, we recommend you look at taking part of your position at 29.00. So the ES has put in this year resistance area at 1844.75, and we have a new candle that must challenge that spot. It may remake challenge support first, and it has to take out this to get to farther targets. On the left hand side, you have your CL still progressing slowly but surely to the upside, trying to achieve that money off target at 2.9. Almost reached it. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Boy, she's a hard struggle. There's the retest of a support area on your ES chart right in the center stream. And we'll show you your enlargement of YM here shortly. There's your CL. I'll put the crosshairs on 29. That's in blue and white on the CL chart, the chart on your left. That target has been reached. Either take part position or lock in. Your ES trade in the center, you still have 2 minutes and 8 seconds left to go on that candle. We'll enlarge that, and then we'll do the same with your YM. So trend direction has been down. This is a counter trend trade as well as CL. Crosshairs on the resistance area here at 1846.5. Going to try to get there beyond the SMA. The SMA is highlighted in red and black dots. All right, one thing at a time. Let's go to your YM. YM trade progressing again. And we're just going to look left, and you see this here little red dash line. We knew this here would be a problem area, and I'll put a line and an arrow on here, and we'll change it to a red dash here shortly. The market did come to that red dash, which is yellow at the moment. Give me a second. And it backed right off, which would possibly take out some stops, or at least fake out some. And our targets to the upside on YM will just scrunch left to right. To show you the next target is at 15,719. We don't expect it to be a straight line. Okay, so resistance area here at 15,678. Being challenged here. I'll put the crosshairs on 15,678, and resistance area here I can get a hold of it, could come in right about like that. So we know that the Fibonacci target exhaustion area is somewhere around 15,770 if you can hang on to a trade all that direction. And we know that when we get close to that, it should pull back down toward the EMA and pick that up and emerge. Trading support on YM this morning. Resistance is quite a ways up there, as we had mentioned. We have it in green here. You can't see the whole entire part, but targets are beyond that if the market will go. And it is now 8:50 on the timed clock. And we know that we'll either get a bump in momentum, volume, and volume kickstarts momentum. And we'll see at 9 o'clock, about 9.5 minutes from now, if we can get to the next target or if we get chop and back out of it. And then expect more chop at the 9:30. There's our next targets on the CL and beyond. We look for a disturbance here somewhere around, get the crosshairs on there, 29.13. We look for a pullback. ES chart in the center has reached that SMA trend, downward trend line. And we should pull back to the bottom of the shaded box, pick up that ES. If the market's going to yank that ES up through the SMA and ES, that EMA up through the SMA, and we'll see if we can get to that 185125. YM, we put the white exterior around that box, and it has challenged the top of the box, and we look for that to come back down, tag the EMA roughly at our prior target. Okay, it's about 6 minutes after 9 o'clock, and that volume is certainly has come in to the trades. We'll take a quick look at your CL and ES and YM. We'll start with the ES. We've already reached the target area, and we expected a pullback. So this here is going to chop around here for a little bit, and it has been walking us sideways since about 8:15 this morning, and it's now almost 10 after, so 25 minutes or so. Pop over to your, sorry about the background noise, received a message, and okay, so the YM, the YM market has come to that 15,678 area. We knew there'd be a little problem situation when you look left. As you look left, you see that resistance area. And from resistance, we would like to see the market retest support. So that's what it's doing right now. We scrunch the chart a little more so you can see the resistance area targets way up there. A couple hundred ticks. And we were going to look at your CL. Let's take a peekaboo at that. So on CL, we have the resistance target here at 29.18. That has been reached, and we'll put an arrow on there. Okay, so we had mentioned your resistance target at 2918 here, and earlier, if you remember, only a few minutes ago in the recording, we had mentioned the target of 29.13. We expect a pullback. This is the larger time frame over here at 2918 target area to take some of your money. This here 2913 area, we expect a pullback, and we'll look for the market to snag the EMA. I'll highlight the EMA and yank it up the hill. Now it does not have to go all the way back down to do so. Keep that in mind. You look for exhaustion at the caution, black and yellow, and that's what's taking place here. So caution, heed the warning. And a similar situation took place on the ES, the chart in the middle. This here did pull all the way back down and snag that EMA. And that's testing the upper side of resistance shaded area to the bottom side. You see this quite commonly. YM has poked its head all the way back down to prior take some of your position off target, 15643. So markets have gone to the targets that we described, and we'll end the video shortly. And until next time, trade well, my friends.